Action one,
Check, check.
doing action one,
Check, check.
action one,
Check, check.
doing it for the culture.
It's time to finish what Marcus Garvey started.
Mic check.
Put your mouth where the money is.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jay Nicole and your boy Atum Ryan.
Hey, what it do?
Tell them who we had today.
Hey man, A1 Live, man. We got the JCS Project. We got League 360 in the building. Man, they finna tear it down, man. These are true revolutionaries in the works. You know what I'm saying? Give it back to the next generation. That's why we here. Get in the action, baby.
Y'all know y'all can tune in on weareA1.com, YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, everything.
Everything.
Get in the action.
Hey, yo, A1 Live. Hey, man, got the Bill Podcast in the building, man. Y'all tune in, man. We are A1.com, man. You know what I'm saying? We taking a knee on y'all boys, man. Hey, absolutely.
Y'all can watch on Facebook, Twitter,
Periscope.
weareA1.com. Get in the action.
Yeah. Hey, yo, it's Wednesday, A1 Live. Catch us on weareA1.com.
I'm gonna jump in there too.
Hey, Action Squad in the building. That boy Jay Norm.
Holla at your boy.
weareA1.com. Y'all tune in right now. 8 o'clock every Wednesday night is going down on A1 Live. Your girl Jay Nicole, your boy Atumra. We got the entire Action Squad in the building. So y'all go ahead and tune in, comment, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your granny, tell your uncle, everybody.
And bring me some tacos.
And get in the action.
What it do, brother Atum Ra. A1 Live in the place to be. Got the Credit Sisters in the building. Action Squad, what up? Hey man, we are A1.com. Check us out. Get in the action, baby.
Make sure y'all tune in. You can tune in on weareA1.com, Facebook, Twitter. What else?
Man, we on everything. Everything.
Get in the action.
Yay.
Hey, A1 Live right now. Halloween.
A1 Live coming to you. Tune in.
Get in the action.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now. Twitter, Facebook,
Everything.
yeah.
Tune in to everything.
Get in the action.
Action
RBG gon' ride on God. By the way, I ain't tell you.
3.
Get in the action.
What it do, brother Atum Ra. A1 Live in the place to be. Got the Credit Sisters in the building. Action Squad, what up? Hey man, we are A1.com. Check us out. Get in the action, baby.
Make sure y'all tune in. You can tune in on weareA1.com, Facebook, Twitter. What else?
Man, we on everything. Everything.
Get in the action.
Yay.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Jay Nicole.
Hey man, it's your brother Atum Ra. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. You already know what's going down.
Yeah.
A1 Live. We are A1.com/TV. YouTube Live. Check us out. And what they gotta do, Jay Nicole?
Get in action, baby.
Get in action.
Yeah.
Mercy and become forgiveness, because you've been shown mercy and you've been forgiven and you've been loved. That makes it easy to give the kingdom away, because the kingdom's just flowing through you.
I wanna learn, I wanna learn, I wanna learn how to love. I wanna learn, I wanna learn, I wanna learn how to love. One thing really I wanna learn how to love. One thing religious people fail to mention is that it's God's goodness that leads us to repentance. It's not with condemnation, not denomination. It's not with self-righteousness either, cause that's unconscious hatred. But it's a confrontation with a God who's patient. And his love is the prerequisite to transformation. Yes, he can set you free. He's the emancipation. Yes, he's the definition of love. And since I'm made in his image, then I must be about my Father's business. Yeah, I'm talking doing what he does. Yeah, I'm talking loving like he loves. So I just wanna learn and make it my identity. I wanna love my enemy the way I love my family. I wanna love the ones I don't know and the people I may never need. I just wanna be loved. I wanna learn, I wanna learn, I wanna learn how to love. I wanna learn, I wanna learn, I wanna learn how to love. Yeah, 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 yeah. I wanna learn, 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 I wanna learn how to love. Loving God know I love me. Loving me know I love people. The kingdom of God is at hand, and it's all about love people. Loving God know I love me. Loving me know I love people. The kingdom of God is at hand, and it's all about love people. So I can sing and I can speak in tongues, but that don't mean a thing if I don't live in love. And I don't mean just doing it just because it's a religious duty, but it's what I've become. I wanna mend all my relationships, start a family, start taking trips, love the Muslim and love the atheist.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Yeah.
Man, it's your brother Atum Ra, A1 Live in the place to be. Hey, we appreciate y'all for checking us out. I got J. Nicole, Action Jackson, and the whole Action Squad holding me down. Hey, shout out to everybody on weareA1.com. We appreciate y'all for being on the website. We appreciate y'all for just doing everything that y'all do, man. You know,
For getting into action.
yeah, man. We would be nothing without y'all. Shout out to everybody checking us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everything that we own. You know what I'm saying? We always holding it down. J. Nicole,
What's up, brother?
how you doing?
I'm great. You know, I'm over here. I'm on the other side of the table looking at your little flashy glasses today. You know, he got the suit and tie, you know.
Oh yeah. You know, I had to step it up because, you know, the guest that we got in here today, you know, he's always fresh to death. So, you know, I already knew this week coming, you know, I couldn't come in here looking like my normal bummy self. So, you know, but it's all right, though. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm looking good, feeling good. You know
He didn't send me the memo, y'all.
Nah, man.
He didn't tell me I needed to come suited up.
Yeah,
you know,
well, you know,
suited and booted.
But see, it's different, man. You know what I'm saying? Like on a daily basis, you know, y'all be fabulous.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
know, I do.
y'all,
I do,
you know, the people are fortunate enough to, you know, see us on Wednesdays, Saturdays, Thursdays, you know, whenever we're on air. But, you know, y'all, they don't know that, you know, we be in here, you know, a lot of other times and hours, you know what I'm saying, outside of the times we on air. And, you know, the ladies are A1, you know what I'm saying, they always fresh, they always fly. You know, me, I'm subject to coming here with, you know what I'm saying, some holy pants and, you know, pajama pants and I might have some on right now under this certain tie. But,
you never really know.
Yeah, you never really know. But we are here. You know, we appreciate y'all. Hey, we got to definitely send a shout out to our family over at African Fashion Week.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? They holding it down this week.
Make sure y'all go check out some of those events.
Most def, man. AFWHouston.com. They holding it down, and, you know, we already getting ready for this food truck festival.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
A1 is definitely gonna be in the building.
A1 is gonna be in the building. That's a huge event that goes on every year. But you know what I'm saying? On top of that, we got another event that's going down this week. And that hence the reason why we have our special guest here today. I don't even know if I could, call him a special guest because, he's already been through. He's already been a part of the A1 family and the A1 community. And
the A1 experience.
Yes. Hashtag A1 experience, baby.
Hey, man, throw him on the marketing team. He's down. But the work that his organization does is so fundamental, especially when you look at the opioid and the substance abuse crisis that particularly America is facing today. Right. And we know that substance abuse is something that is historic in some communities. Yeah. But, recently within these past few years that it has affected, a lot of the so-called majority of Americans, particularly white suburban Americans. Now it's been more of a national conversation. But, we have people such as Mr. Juan Carlos that has been doing the work, has been looking out for underserved communities and people that don't have that national voice and attention, man. So, man, we got to give, a big round of applause, man, to Mr. Ron Carlos Rangel from CoSAP, man.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much for inviting me once again. I appreciate it. So I'm just happy to be here. I'm being, following you guys, seeing how you're going places and rocking the world and everything. So I'm very happy to be here again next to the beauty and the marketing beast right here. Thank you so much. My name is Carlos Rangel, and I work with an organization that is called CoSAP. It's the Coalition of Substance Abuse Prevention. We're a nonprofit organization, and we partner with the DEA every 6 months to do a drug take-back event. This is going to be taking place on Saturday from 10 to 2 at 2 locations. One is at the Houston Community College on I-10 and the Beltway in Spring Branch. So if you have medications that you don't need, you don't know what to do with them, don't flush them down the toilet, don't put them in the garbage can, just take it there. No questions asked. Nobody's going to ask you your name, your phone number. Nobody's going to read what's on the label. No. The DEA agents will take it, put it in a trash bag, and then from there, they take it to an incinerator. That's it. No questions asked. Right. So that is the grand event that we're going to have this Saturday.
Right, absolutely. And this isn't the first year that you all have done it.
No,
right?
this has been around for quite a number of years. We've been involved with it for about 7 years, and we do it every 6 months. This time we're going to have a second location. So if you cannot make it to the Houston Community College in Spring Branch, if you're in the area of the Willowbrook Mall, there's a church called Church of Champions, right there on Cotton Road before 1960. Okay. Another set of DEA agents are going to be there, again, from 10 to 2. No questions asked. Just bring your stuff, drop it in, and everything's going to be fine and dandy with that. So that's part of the work that we do with different agencies throughout the Houston area, throughout Harris County. But we're concentrated with the DEA, very specifically in these 2 events every 6 months.
Man, and beyond, these several events, you all work with the community throughout the entire year, correct?
Exactly, yes, because we are CoSAP is also part of another organization that's a lot larger. It's called Phoenix House. Phoenix House is one of the largest nonprofit organizations in the country dedicated to drug prevention, education, treatment, and counseling. Right. We've been around about 50 years. We're in 10 different states, and we talk to churches, community centers, schools about drug prevention, education, treatment, and counseling. In the state of Texas alone, we talk to probably around 10,000 students every month. Oh, wow. So we have different people going around trying to talk to kids, not only about drugs, but about lifestyles.
Right.
What's the difference between I can't versus I want. Because you ask any kid, and you say, well, will you do drugs? And say, no, I can't. Why? Well, my mama will kill me, my pastor will share me, and the principal will keep me out of school.
Right.
Okay, so what happens when your mama is not there, the principal is not there, and the pastor is not there? Does that mean that you can?
Right, which a lot of our kids are facing.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's about life skills so that they can change that mindset
Right.
to say, no, I won't do it because it's not convenient for me, because it's not convenient for the plan that I have for my life. So building up those skills, building that foundation where they can actually do it by themselves is what we're looking for.
What an impact.
Man. Well, we finna roll into this first commercial break, man. Then we're gonna be back with Mr. Carlos. He's gonna, I got a few questions I want to ask him, man. Brother Atum Ra, we are A1.com. Action Jackson, cue us up.
Yeah.
In the action at weareA1.com.
Thank you all for just inviting me out and giving me the opportunity to speak about Twist. I really appreciate you, and I love that you all are doing positive exposure of people in the community versus whatever else you could be doing over there. So I appreciate you shedding a positive light in the world.
Get in action!
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Janetta with A1 Live Pop-Up here at African Fashion Week Art, Wine, and Culture event. We are having an amazing time. They have some lovely art pieces to see. So go ahead, get down here. You still have time. Everybody get in the action.
Action One.
Yeah,
Doing it for the
dedicated to
culture.
A-Sound. Music lives. I just been sitting back in the cut, building up my energy. Yeah, I had to tap.
Action One.
Yeah,
Doing it for the
dedicated to
culture.
A-Sound. Music lives. I just been sitting back in the cut, building up my energy. Yeah, I had to tap into my energy.
Action One.
Yeah,
Doing it for the
dedicated to
culture.
A-Sound. Music lives. I just been sitting back in the cut, building up my energy. Yeah, I had to tap into my energy. Some motivation.
Can you feel my energy?
Yeah.
You know I got that energy.
Energy. I pray for energy to make it through.
Action One. Hey, yo, A1 Live back in this thing, man. Brother Atum Ra, Action Jackson, J. Nicole, whole Action Squad holding it down, man. When this week we joined by Mr. Carlos Rangel from CoSAP.
Thank you.
J. Nicole, I got to hit you with some of my, hot topics, some
What's
news
going on
headlines
this
for
week?
the week. First thing, man, last week we were talking, I think several weeks ago we were talking about the whole situation with the Dallas police officer that Amber Geiger that went into the young man's apartment and shot him, and she was convicted. News came out that her legal team plans to file an appeal.
She got 10 years.
Hey, man, they trying to get that cut down.
Wow.
You act like you're surprised about that.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, isn't that expected to get an appeal?
Yeah, and I'm.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. It's just one of those things, man. It's just one of those things.
Is his family gonna be on her side to get less
hey,
time?
man,
That's the question.
Never know, man. We loving and we forgiving, so. I don't know, man, but yeah, it's just some of those things.
Hashtag couldn't be my brother.
Not my brother.
Could not be my brother.
But yeah, it's just it's just one of those things where it's just continuously thrown in our face.
Yeah.
What's really going on, and I still don't see how people don't see it. But with that being said,
maybe they need to put those shades on.
Man. I put on the shades to hide the pain.
Oh, man.
I'm crying. and also some bad news came out this week for our brethren out in California. Shout out to everybody in California that check us out, man. This past summer, they've been, having energy issues, just with the consumption. And I mean, anybody that's been to California, it's a big state. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And they've been having rolling blackouts and, things like that. Some of the, one of the largest wildfires, I believe earlier this year or last year was caused by, electric company, and they faulty stuff. So a study came out this week was that people in California can pretty much expect rolling blackouts for the next 10 years.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So we love
you
Cali.
hitting me with these topics today, too.
Yeah, we
just
love.
Hey, you want to live here in Cali? Just know you may or may not have electricity for 10 years.
Right. Hey man, I love being out of Cali, man.
Might as well buy yourself a generator and not pay the electricity company.
Yeah.
Well, let me stop. They're gonna hunt me down.
Better get some solar panels or something.
But
it's not finna be good news.
Wow.
And
so with them blatantly telling you that, you could just imagine they'll probably be without energy more than they are with energy, possibly.
Yeah. Well, and what always concerns me about these blackouts and things like that are the areas that they choose to, shut off and when, and of course there are certain businesses and entities that have priority that never get shut off, but I can expect to see more communities full with black and brown people facing more, of the blackouts. But that's crazy, man. Live in a place because we haven't had that issue in a while down here in Houston, but it's becoming an everyday reality for certain people.
And just in this society period, we've just become so accustomed to having electricity. Everything that we do is we use electricity. Our phones, we have to have a charge. Our computers, they have to be charged. That just affects life as a whole on a daily basis.
But the one thing that I see is that sometimes the mindset of the people are completely different, because they, for example, that wouldn't happen here in Texas, because we have different mindset. Because people in California are used to the government telling them, okay, this is what's going to happen. Like right now, if you want to, and you want to buy a house in California, you have to follow certain things that you don't have to follow in Texas. One of those things is that you have to build in solar panels. So right now in California, as far as I know, you buy a new house, you have to spend extra to get solar panels so that you can retrofit into the electric system. Now on top of that, they're gonna tell you that you're gonna have rolling blackouts because and this is what I go crazy, and I don't want to make this political, whether left or right. That I don't care. What I care is about the consequences for the people. They're saying, okay, we're gonna have to do this roll blackouts because the stream winds can knock off the generators and those kind of spark fires. Right. But what about getting a lumber company to clear out both sides of where the cables go?
Right.
I understand that you don't want to, deforest the whole thing. But I'm pretty sure if somebody picks up a phone and says, "Hey, guy, lumber, whatever," how about if we give you a mile in each side of where the electricity goes. That way, if a generator falls down, well, there's no trees to catch on fire.
That is true.
I don't understand that kind of logic. You know what I mean?
They'll chop down trees to build buildings and homes and stuff like that. Why not?
So what I understand is here in Texas, we're I don't know, but I grew up with the fact of, okay, nobody's gonna help me. I got to figure out how this is. This is what my mama told me. And we are used to trying to get something that works. Okay, this doesn't work, let's try it this way. But sometimes when the government doesn't let you do anything and you need a permit to do everything, it gets to the point where, people just back out and say, well, no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
And that's when you get into those issues because what they see, they just see numbers. And I'm pretty sure this is what happens. With my magic eye, I can see it. They put a map and they say, okay, see, this neighborhood right here generates X amount of dollars because they pay a lot of taxes.
Right.
And this neighbor right here, well, they don't really give us that much.
Yeah.
It's all subsidized.
And we can just pretty much shut them off if we send a couple of police cars there.
Right.
Who do you think they're going to quiet down?
It's crazy with California, between the rolling blackouts, the wildfires, the earthquakes, the water, everything. Why do people still want to live there? Why is it still such the hot spot?
Well, I can answer that. It's as far as climate wise,
it's great.
Yeah, it's like great. Like literally, so think about like how the heat is out here.
Right.
Like they make cars, so AC is optional in certain cars in certain parts of Cali. Now once you start going like below LA down to San Diego, closer to Mexico, it starts getting a little warmer. But like you start talking like above LA and other things
San
like
Francisco,
that. Literally like it's just it feels good living out there. And it's a beautiful place.
I'm gonna enjoy this weather with no electricity while the earth is shaking beneath my feet without clean drinking water.
With the erosion.
I don't know, but
I'm not gonna break a sweat, baby, while I'm going through all this stuff.
If you're a believer, you ought to take the hint.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, so now he on something now. He on something now.
Yeah. You're right.
Get right.
This ain't for you. Get out of here.
So Jay Nicole, man, on my last hot topic, man, I got to get your opinion on it. People are talking about. So there's a Canadian transgender cyclist that has won several titles and actually has recently set a world record, and has been received with mixed reviews. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, part of it is the whole just everything going on with LGBTQ issues and everything like that. But then on the other side of it is a lot of women's rights advocates. You know what I'm saying? And those have, and that's been interesting seeing because those have been some of the main oppositions to this issue. So what's your opinion on transgenders competing in sports? And I'm asking specifically because a lot of sports are broken off into
and that's
male
what I was going
and
to
woman.
say.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a lot of like, sports where it's men and women competing together. So it's everybody's right to choose, you know what I'm saying, what they want to be, but then it's like, well, then you start stepping into the male versus female.
Right.
And while a lot of people feel that this woman has an unfair advantage because biologically
she's a man.
But I don't know, but yeah.
Well, like you said, in sports, it's normally broken. And we talk about this all the time here on A1. I'm like, okay, you have the WNBA, you have the NBA. Some women can go toe-to-toe with some men, but they still keep them separate because all women can't go toe-to-toe with all men.
Yeah, because
you
have
difference
exceptions.
In body structure and strength and stuff like that.
You got the Brittany Grinders and everybody.
When it comes to transgendered individuals competing in sports with, in this instance, this transgendered woman competing in sports with biologically women. This is too much. Competing with women who are biologically women, it's kind of unfair because it's a cyclist. First of all, men have a lot of muscles in their legs, and women have muscles in their legs too. But in a race, and on a bike, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't think it's fair. But at the end of the day, too, I also say that women should be able to compete with men in the NBA. So it's like a double-edged sword there. It's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Look,
like
Action
you said,
Jackson is shaking her head no, but I do
Yeah.
feel like that because some women are actually really, really, really good and really muscular and really can compete with some of the other men.
Oh, yeah. I think,
Yeah, but when you break it down as a general, because these are like exceptions,
Mhm.
you know, because as a general rule, yeah, you're gonna have the female teams and the male teams,
Mhm.
and yeah, there's some few women that can compete toe to toe to whatever man.
But not all.
If they put the time and they put the effort, they put
Mhm.
the training, all that kind of stuff. Nobody's denying that.
Right.
But as a rule, that usually doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So if if we start blurring the lines between being and we're talking about biological
Right.
differences.
Mhm. Right.
We're not talking about
Personal
anything
choices,
personal
how you
choices or
wanna
anything
live,
like
how you
that.
wanna
This
hang
is
out.
like you
Right.
know, like the doctor is there, God, the kid pops out, and he goes, okay, it's a girl, it's a boy. That's
Right.
it. It's because it's purely biological.
Right.
It's determined by nature.
Right.
And I think, as you said, that's kind of putting the female team at a disadvantage
It is.
because what about all the effort that they have put forth? How about all the trainings and years of sweat and tears that they have put into that skill?
Right.
Many of those girls may be thinking, I can get a scholarship, or I can get
Right.
a sponsor, or I can get this. And then here comes this guy who decided out of the blue, hey, you know, I
Right.
can compete in this. And I'm, you know, and it's not to diminish the effort and the,
Right. Absolutely.
you know, everything that she puts into it too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it's like saying, you know what, I'm gonna race you. I have a BMW 8 cylinders, and you have a 20-year-old Honda Civic with 4 cylinders.
Right.
But we're gonna go toe to toe because
Right.
we're the same.
Right.
Right. No,
That's
absolutely.
crazy. My question is, before this person decided to change their gender, were they winning the cyclist races on the men end?
Well, maybe he decided.
I'm curious.
Maybe he
about
decided
that.
to change his gender because he was.
I'm tired of losing. I'm a big girl.
Right. Nah, I mean, yeah.
Don't shoot the message.
Yeah, nah. I think Chappelle had made a joke
I
about
wanna
like
be
if
a winner.
LeBron had the sex change and went to the WNBA and he scored like 400 points.
Right.
In a game.
Well, Dennis Rodman, remember Dennis Rodman?
Yeah.
What if he decided one day, hey, I dress like a woman already. I'm just gonna go to the
Right.
Thank God he did it.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of women feel that it's unfair.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it basically is
and,
unfair.
and you know, we've kind of seen I've seen the same conversation in MMA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's been a few in boxing, a few transgender people that made the transition to, and then now they're fighting women, and you know, people.
My thing is this: why don't they just? And you know, they don't want to be separated, but when you make the decision to go from one gender to another gender, I think that there should be a different league, an optional league. People who are for it, everybody can compete in this league or whatever, you know. But I know at the end of the day, politics is not going to happen.
And you have to add to this that probably the same wouldn't happen the other way around. Meaning, I don't think you'll have anytime soon a woman or a woman that became a man and entered to participate in a men's sport that, you know, was the number one at the sport.
I bet you got a couple out there though.
yeah. But I mean, it's as a rule that's probably you're not going to see it. So it's a very one-sided situation because the same thing happened in Connecticut, where these two guys at a track team at a high school, they decided we're going to be females, and they just took over the whole track team. And they went state and everything.
Because you got to think about it, these people are taking away scholarships from people.
Exactly.
They're taking away paychecks from people who have, you know, trained all their lives. So it's not a fair situation. I think that something needs to be done. I'm not saying exclude anybody from anything, but something needs to be done to make the playing field fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, man, I think I could say
I just feel like when you make the decision to change who you are, you know, you have to, there are consequences with everything that you do. And that's something we've all been taught all of our lives. You know, everything that you do has a consequence.
Right. No, absolutely. And I think, I kind of feel like a lot of people that like sports should be whatever your biological sex is. Now, however you choose to identify, that's how you choose to identify. But whatever, you male or female, that's the sport that you compete in. Like, if you want to make the transition to a female and you're still biologically a male, you can still compete, with the other man. It's nothing to say that you can't compete and be amongst the best. But then, I definitely feel like in a lot of competitive sports, when you're talking about, like I said, men versus women, like it's just unfair. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, outside of the few outliers, like I said, you got WNBA players like Brittany Griner that's 6'8" and can dunk, and like I said, Lisa Leslie, that was a all-time great. Rebecca Lobo, some of those people. Even maybe in boxing, Ronda Rousey or whoever, but it's Serena Williams. It's like a handful, but I think that most women don't fall into that category. It's just interesting to see, man. It was a lot of hoopla this past week, and like I said, it was just really kind of interesting seeing a lot of the women's groups that advocate so hard for LGBTQ rights kind of be now put into this position to where, politically they'll make it women versus transgender or whatever. So more to come from that to see going forward.
The world is just changing, man, and we haven't made the changes to keep up.
Right. Well, it's called unintended consequences. When something that it seems a really good idea and then it starts manifesting itself and say, oh, yeah,
I didn't think about that.
We didn't think about that. It's kind of like, when kids start smoking when they're little. They're 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, and they start smoking, and then they're 20, 25, and they can't quit. Now they become addicted.
Yeah.
So, well, I didn't think that can happen to me.
Yeah.
So that is the unintended consequence.
Right. So speaking of unintended consequences, we have an election coming up in Texas in 2019, and we also have one coming up in 2020. And not to get too political or anything like that, but I want to ask you, what are a lot of organizations such as yourself facing with the different battles going on in the different state legislators and funding and everything else like that? How is that affecting the work that you're
with a non-profit organization such like ours, we depend partly on government grants, but we depend mostly on private donations and organizations that support us. We are intentionally and by law do not get involved in the political process.
What's that?
Because we have to remain neutral.
Right.
Many people will, undoubtedly will come out and ask me and stuff like that. Hey, what do we do? And what do you think about this and everything? And this is my standard response. Look, whenever you're going to vote for something or someone, there's always going to be the lesser of two evils.
I say that all the time.
Because you don't know that guy from Adam.
You don't.
You know them because every 2 years or every 4 years come around and say, vote for me.
Right, they come to your church.
Papa, hey,
yeah, exactly. Right. But what I tell people is educate yourself. It's just like everything else. Educate yourself and look at not at the guy or the gal that is running, but what is the platform behind them? What are they supporting? And then you can align yourself with the platform.
Right.
It's true.
That way, whenever that person fails or, some kind of scandal comes along, you don't invest yourself into that person because now you have an egg on your face.
Right.
I can't believe I voted for him and he's into child trafficking or something like that,
Right.
I'm just saying. It's just an example. It's happened before.
Man, so what? So with the event that you have going on this weekend and that you all do every 6 months, so make sure that you all follow CoSAP because this is something that's continuous, that's going on beyond just this Saturday. What would you say to people that may have hesitancy coming out because DA agents or anything?
Okay, well, first of all, go to our Facebook page and just search for the Coalition of Substance Abuse Prevention. We have also a page in Espanol, which is CoSAP Espanol. And go and follow us, and we'll post all the events that we have and everything that we do with the community there. Now, as far as the events themselves, such as the drug takeback events, these are specifically set up by the DEA, and they were extended. They were actually set to be terminated about a year ago or so, but the current
DEA?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes, but the
D-boys might like to hear that.
the current administration, whether you like it or not, said no, you're going to continue it because it's working. So because we got the federal support, they got the mandate to go ahead and continue doing it, and that's where we continue doing it because we do not touch any of the stuff.
Right.
What happens is this: the DEA provides 2 agents. We sponsor and do the marketing for everything.
Right.
We invite police officers from different police departments to be there for protection and stuff like that. But what it literally happens is this: you walk up to an agent from the DEA, and you hand them whatever is it that you have on a plastic bag or however you want to bring it. They're not going to ask you what's your name, what part of town you live, or your phone number, or nothing. They don't want to know absolutely anything. They just put it in the trash can or the box that they have. They thank you. You walk away. Nothing. So there's no identifiers. There is no, cameras. There is there is no ID. No, nothing like that. The only thing that we ask you is not to bring any liquids or needles. And that's for protection of the agents because they're the ones handling all that stuff. But there is no questions asked, absolutely. So just bring whatever you have. Just bring your stuff. Don't bring your neighbors, or don't tell your gardening club, hey, I'm going to go, give me all your stuff. No. That's illegal.
So you can't steal your junkie boyfriend's oxycodone and drop him off at the...
If this is what the law says, if it doesn't have your name, if it doesn't have your name,
okay,
and you're caught transporting that particular prescription drug, you may get in trouble.
Right.
Okay.
So the issue ain't once you get there; it's just from your house to there where you can get into some legal trouble if you take somebody else's.
Yes, yes. Technically speaking,
because at the location they're not checking labels or anything.
They're not checking anything.
But you may get pulled over on your way there,
and you don't want to get caught with that.
Well, if you're speeding and and you have a big bag, Walmart bag full of stuff, they're gonna say, "Hey,
going to take it to the tank."
Oh, really? Yeah. Let's come talk.
Come on, I'm going to jail. I'm trying to do good.
But it's that's what the law is.
But you can encourage the people within your community to
just bring it.
Okay. Well, we're finna roll into another quick break, man, and we gonna be back with Juan, so we could close out, man, and we could hear more about this wonderful event, man. Brother Atum Ra, Action Jackson, what it do?
Sure.
Man, you still here? Go on and subscribe.
Get into action.
Yo, we back at it again, baby.
What?
Get into action.
3.
Get into action.
Tell me what is the deal, tell me what is the deal.
So I challenge you today to start strong.
Get into action.
Cause I'm calling for you.
Get into action.
See, I'm calling for you. Can you feel that? Yeah. See, I'm calling for you. Can you feel that? Yeah. See, I'm calling for you.
To ever force-fed federal fiction, all we want is to be healthy. Faint whispers of cures for disease, pharmaceutical scheme is the dream achieved. Rather a child's kiss to grandma, once dealt her fate. Drenched in English-written tears, how can you compensate? Screams of cracked dreams crushing your soul if not taken by the black hole you call a heart. We've been dying too long, it's time to start a revolution. Death surrounds in contest. Gun laws at the tips of praise. Peace is the only solution. Without a peace, there is none. Blind necessity for family protection. Wait, put that down, son. Even mamas use babies as bullets against daddies. Ain't that funny? You see your child when I get more money. Reluctantly granted, separately received, wasted on nails and weave. Baby walking the street in diapers with usher got up their sleeve. Ghetto dreams, creeping outside stores. I gotta get them new J's. Long lines choke dignity, materialistic slaves. In blood like cells, logos embedded into DNA. Buying into oppressors, forgetting to uplift successors. Small eyes capture adult action like math equations, future subtracting. Fleeing responsibility by dividing another leaves the impression, cause mommy ain't the only woman daddy caressing. When she dressing, daughter's pen broke and she took notes. Gotta have butt out with thong on to keep the lights on. Down the wrong path, young kings are found in the darkness of night. Gunshots. Dad was a killer, so I gotta be one too, right? Lead by example to sponges that are ready to soak up all the pieces we lay down to this puzzle called life. Through veils of tears, you watch a king's pain at the hands of those too crooked to be protectors. Reminded to forget, yet 9/11 was such a travesty. Brutal reality. A mother's fear as a son drives away. Oh, please, Lord, don't let my baby get killed today. As I sit here, staring at the chaos, I'm searching for quiet amongst the storm. I'm reaching out for hands that were never really there. I touch the apex of consciousness, palms of wisdom and understanding under broken shields, acid falling from blue skies and shades of white while we bleed red as the flames used to light the joints, the blunts in which we find twisted our sanity. It's time to use our fists to fight the haze. Constructing tomorrow with the fabrics of dreams, make moments of misery melt to minuscule memories. Regret is the poison of tomorrow. So let's kill thoughts of yesterday. Make the future today. A future with sons and daughters and not synonymous to hoes, gold diggers, pimps, and deadbeat fathers, where we value being taught more than not getting caught. The only point is pay us. This world is chaos. Quiet! Let's begin. How do we find peace in chaos? First, find the peace within.
Action 1, inspiring action. Hey yo, back in this thing.
Yeah.
Man. Action 1, man. Inspiring. Just getting educated on the break, man. I always appreciate you, man. So we learn so much.
Thank you.
Behind the scenes and what actually go down, man. When you all do these events, like on average, how much do you all normally collect?
Well, it usually depends. Like October, which is the one coming up, is usually the lower side of the year. We collect more during the
They
April.
keeping those pills for the holidays.
Well, it could be because sometimes it rains, sometimes it's very cold and stuff like that. But for example, last April, we had the same 2 events in the same 2 locations. One location at the Houston Community College, we collected 476 pounds.
Oh, wow.
That is, imagine your average kitchen trash can. We had 21 of those filled.
Of medicine, wow.
21 of those. And then the site of the Church of Champions on Cotton Road before 1960, we collected between 120 to 135 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So that's altogether they were about 600 pounds. We're hoping this time it's going to be the same or a little more. We always have beat the previous collection, and we're hoping that the trend keeps going up, as long as it's an indication that people are bringing in to get rid of, and not that there's still more coming into the streets, which is what we want, to get it off the streets, because the ultimate purpose is for people not use them if they don't have to. That is the ultimate purpose, because when was the last time that you count the pills that the doctor gave you?
Yeah.
You take them and you take them for 2, 3, 4 days.
They just sit in your medicine
and then you
cabinet.
sit there and it's just, that is the danger, that you have a son or somebody that comes into your cabinet and they'll just take it with them and they use it to get high. Incredibly, how one of the first indications that we have a national problem, how they figure out? Realtors. Realtors will have open homes, and people will go into the open homes to get to the medicine cabinets.
Wow.
And then start thinking, why? What happened?
Wow.
And then start putting 2 and 2 together.
But what's crazy is that when I was a kid, it wasn't the thing. If we wanted to try something, it wasn't gonna be to go in our parents' medicine cabinet and pop one of their pills. You know, that wasn't the thing. We'd go try to smoke a cigarette or smoke something else. But never was it the first thing to go to a pill.
But now, if you think about it, the perception of harm is a big factor here. Because what do you think? If the doctor gave it to you, it must be
good,
safe for you to see, right? As opposed to getting weed from the guy on the corner, because I don't know what he's getting the weed.
Right.
So the perception of the teenagers, because what they do is just take the. Sometimes,
you take them, Mama. Why I can't
sometimes what they do is they all get together and say, okay, everybody bring what they find. And then you dump it in a bowl.
And they just pick.
And then you speak whatever. Just
never.
Well, pain and pleasure. Everything that we do in life is just gonna be for either one of those 2 reasons: to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. That's it. So, and if you take something that makes you forget about your mental pain, think about it. It just disconnects you. Some people just need peace.
Right.
And you're talking about teenagers that don't have the same issues that you and I had when we were growing up. Yeah. That is one of the biggest problems.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're trying to do. Educate teenagers that no, this is not the answer. You have to understand that you need a bigger and firm moral compass that will guide you so that you can overcome the stresses that come into your life. Live a drug-free life, and you're going to be happier, you're going to be successful, you're going to achieve your goals, and ultimately you're going to be able to stand everything that comes your way.
Absolutely. And I think they need that message now more than ever, because we got kids eating Tide Pods and hand sanitizers.
Exactly. Who was the
Tampons
first guy?
with alcohol,
hey,
stuff like that.
So, Juan, as we close out, what's one thing that you want to leave the people with about CoSAP?
Coalition of Substance Abuse Prevention. Go to our Facebook page. Follow us on Facebook. Go to Instagram, CoSAP Houston. We have messages there that you can identify with. We make it easy for you to understand what is it that is out there. If you're a teacher, if you're an educator, if you are a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're a concerned parent, if you're a pastor, and you want to educate yourself or your community about this, give us a call. Contact us. We'll go to your church, to your mosque, to your temple, to the community center, and we give you education and proper information about what's out there and how we can help the people in our community, because ultimately it's up to us. Again, what we were talking about, we're in Texas. It's up to us. We have to save our communities because we've been waiting around for these cats in government to do something, and we may be waiting for the next 25 years and nothing's going to happen. So it's up to us as a community to come and save our community because we care. We're in it.
Right.
Man, piece of that. Give the people the information one more time on the event that's going down this weekend.
It's going to be this Saturday at the Houston Community College in Spring Branch in the corner of I-10 and the Beltway from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We are the Coalition of Substance Abuse Prevention. Look for us on Facebook. Or give me a call, 832-942-2364. 832-942-2364. The second event, if you are not close to the Houston Community College, it's on the north side, Church of Champions on Cotton Road near 1960. Either one of those is on our Facebook page. Just go in there, click on the event that is closest to you, and you'll have all the information there.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, man.
Oh,
appreciate
man,
you for
thank you.
coming through. You're welcome anytime. Anytime that we can use our platform to, push the message that, and all the good work that you're all doing. If it's necessary, you're welcome anytime.
Always happy to be part of the
sure
Action One experience.
Experience, Jay Nicole, what they got to do on that website?
Man, on our website, all you have to do is go to wearea1.com to check out all the things that we have coming up in the future and things that we've done in the past. You can sponsor this show or other shows like it at wearea1.com/sponsorship. You can also check out all of our events at wearea1.com/events. And don't forget to tune in to the Action One Radio and listen to all the hottest independent artists coming out of Houston and abroad at wearea1.com. Period. .com. Okay?
For
So,
sure.
but we do have a couple events coming up.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know that we need to talk about one more time. So y'all getting action, you know.
Yeah.
We got the 3rd annual Black Food Truck Festival going on this Saturday at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. So make sure you guys get your tickets.
Yeah.
Where can I get those tickets at?
Hey, man, BLAevents.com, man.
Real
Or
easy.
blacklisthouston.org. It's going down 12 to 8.
Or you could win some right here. All you got to do is comment, like our page, share our post, and get in the action. And we got you, And make sure you guys come out and check out the Action One booth that's going to be at the Black Food Truck Festival. We have some goodies, going on, some fun games for you to play. But also, we have going on this week, African Fashion Week. Make sure you guys get those tickets. Go check out some good African fashion and culture and just be immersed in the culture, okay? And
embrace it.
And you can do that at afw.com, afwhouston.com.
Shout out N. Kim.
Yes, shout out N. Kim. And we also have to give a shout out to our family Urgency because he will be performing this weekend, October 26th as well. So a lot of stuff happening Saturday. Y'all got a lot of action to get in at the Pastors Who Rap Gospel concert. And that's going to be at the Christ Worship Center on Sellers Road. So you guys make sure you guys get in action with that too.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. I'm saying we got to send a special shout out to the Action One Squad member, Jake Norm.
Yes, we have to do that.
Holding it down, man, at that 2019 U.S. Open.
The U.S. Open. Bowling.
Yeah.
You got that strong arm, okay?
Oh, yeah, man. All right, man. Well, another week up, another week down. Remember, action, agility, life and community, modern media, modern solutions.
Yes.
The Action One experience is here. Jay Nicole. How we leave them every week.
Get in action, baby.
Yeah.